Hey everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make some serum skins just like this. Now I will make a follow-up tutorial, kind of like a part 2 to this, which will be the color mapping part of this. So color mapping is all the things that we can't actually do through a skin. It's like things like our oscillators and colors like that. I can show you a quick other color. So I have some just basic color maps. So I did like a white version of Serum's oscillators and stuff like that, and different gradients. This is more complicated, so we'll get into that in a different video. But let me show you some of the skins I did, and I'll show you how I made those. So first off, I made a black and white version of Serum, which is currently my favorite. But I've also done other things where I've taken pictures or like wallpapers off of Google, and I just kind of implemented into Serum. So my Galaxy one is also another favorite. I did one that's bloody, so a little bit of color mapping on the oscillators, just kind of making it look like really bloody and stuff. And let's see, I also did one like Sprite sponsored. It just kind of looks like the colors of 7-Up or Sprites. I just called it that. Let's show you one more or two, and then I'll show you how I made this. Another one like candy. By the way, I will also be giving these out for free on my website for this August free product of the month on my website. Every month I make a free product for you guys as well as some new products. So all my future Serum packs will have a few skins to go along with it and a few color maps that fits the pack's theme, and you guys can get all the ones I'm showing you right now for free anyways. So I think you've seen enough. Let's just get on to what you'll need to do this. So if you don't have Photoshop or anything like that, don't worry. You can just download GIMP. It's free and it should work. I think it works for Mac and PC. So you just go ahead and download this, and it's basically just like Photoshop. Yeah, so don't worry about that, because that's something you'll need to be able to actually color these skins. And also what you'll need is to download the newest version of Serum. So you would just log into your Xfer account, go to your account, go to your available downloads, and you should be able to, the one you want to get is the updated version, so update beta, and the FX beta as well. So that's the ones you can get. This one down here would just be if you're re-downloading, if you're trying to download all the factory stuff with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on with this, because that's all you need to get started. What's really important to do this is to go into Serum itself and keep note of two functions we're going to use. So we're going to go to Show Serum Presets folder and also Rescan folders on disk. We're going to use that one just so that we can refresh Serum, so we can see what the new stuff we're adding in is. So let's go to our little folder here. And now with the update, there's a skins folder. And basically what we can do in here is create our own skins and all that. So there's a default one in here. We're just going to start with that. And we're going to go ahead and just go to the 1X. So a little explanation about all this stuff right here is 1X is basically going to be the skin for the zoom of 100% and lower, and 2x will be the zoom of everything above that. So if we go back to Serum, now we can control the size of it. So the 1x will be everything from 100 to 50. So it's really cool. We can make Serum really tiny, and 2x will be all the bigger sizes. So if you want to be able to see your skin on both sizes or any size in Serum, you have to create a version of both the skins for both of these files. So let's just go ahead and drag the default one out of here. Let's just go ahead and replace it here. Okay, cool. So now let's just open that, and let's go ahead and get that in here. Drag it over to this side. Okay, so same thing basically. We just now can color this and do all sorts of stuff. So some of the useful tools will be rectangle, or the rectangle select tools. So I use that to kind of cut out the shapes of certain windows and stuff like that, because if I overlay like an image into this and try to match it in, it's gonna just be over certain windows, and it's going to block certain things that we need to see when we're using Serum. So rectangle select is good for cutting out the windows and things like that. The paint bucket tool will be the most useful one for coloring, obviously, and there's cool stuff in GIMP like pattern fill, which is how I did the blue jay one, or the bluebird one. I forgot what I called it already. So that one can put patterns into stuff. So as you can see, when I color that in, this window kind of gets lost a bit, which is why I use the rectangle square tool, so I can better see this window by just having a layer of that I can put over. So one of the things I do first is I'll just duplicate this layer. So I like to have my original version somewhere so that I can just go back to it. And that one is the one I won't use at all. This is my duplicate now. I can just go ahead and go crazy with this. So let's just go ahead, use our rectangle button here, and let's select some of these windows that I want to be able to see. So now that I have it selected, I usually just use the flip tool to reverse it and unreverse, or just to flip it and unflip it, and then I can create a new layer. I know there's probably a better way to just select it and tell it to go to a new layer, but I am kind of not too familiar with GIMP. I use Photoshop more, so that's just the way I do it here. And it's just two easy key commands for me. So it's R to select to get the rectangle tool, and then Command F to get the flip tool. So I just quickly will go through this and cut out all the little windows I need. So let's go to R, let's select this window again, Command F, flip it again to new layer. And now if I take out this layer, you can see what I'm being left with. So now if I put a skin over this, I still have these windows above it. So let's just keep going back to this. It's important to select this layer when you do this as well. In GIMP, you want to go to the little move tool and go to move active layer, so that way when you're clicking around and stuff, it's not going to other layers and stuff. Let's go ahead and duplicate our original again, since we cut this one up a bit. And now we have a new version of this. So now if I want, I can just go to colors and start coloring this in the way I like, or going to pattern fill. So there's kind of like a cheetah one here that I've been trying to use. Let's go ahead and play around with it. So pattern fill is good, but Serum has kind of a gradient going on to it, so it's hard to just get all the colors in at once. So you might have to click around a few times. I'm going to do this one really quickly just so we can see how it's added into Serum. And let's just go ahead and do this. This is a really ugly skin so far, so we'll be sure to finish this one up soon. So let's go with some colors. Let's go with, I'm just going to go ahead and just make some of these knobs white. Just something a little different. And like I said, because there's kind of a gradient to a lot of these parameters, you might have to color it in, or if you prefer using a brush, if you zoom in and you want to be precise and make it look really nice, you could do that as well. So I could just go and zoom in on this, use a brush, adjust the size, and just color it in like that. It'd be a little nicer, maybe have more of a gradient. So it's detailed as you want to be with this. That's how detailed you can get. So it's really up to your capabilities, your idea for what you want to do with this. I want to show you guys the way that is a little less easy, which is taking a photo. So let's go to File, Open as Layers, so we can take a photo and something like that. So I just go Google Images, I'll download something, so we can just download this like bricks one or something. Actually, I find that colors works better, so maybe something like this. And so now you can kind of see how it's useful that we've cut out some stuff so we can still see it. And from there, we just kind of have to blend it in. So it's over my working layer. So usually I like to put the image I'm trying to blend in over the working layer. And you would go up to here to mode. And this is kind of like your different filters on the blend between these two layers. So now you can kind of see like, oh, like that. Those colors are blending in with what I've done. So it's stuff like that where it's just like maybe you have an idea, but you have to play around with this as well to see what you can get. And yeah, so there's some cool stuff you can get that I'm getting out of this. So let's see. Let's just find one that's kind of... this one's kind of cool, but let's see which other blends we can get. So anyways, GIMP is easy to use. We're just going to go ahead and export this out and add it into Serum now. So I'm going to go File, Export As, and I'm going to find that folder, that file that I copied. So it's on my desktop. It is BMP00128 PNG. It has to be saved as that. You can't rename this as anything. It has to be that. So you export it as that, replace all of that stuff. Good. And now we're done. So from here, we just go into our Finder or our browser, whatever you're on, Mac or PC. You just find your folder, file. I keep calling it folder, but it is a file. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this, and we're going to go into our Serum folder. So that I have saved conveniently on the side here, but you should just be able to find your Serum folder either way and just add it into there. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in here. And what I'm going to do is just copy my default folder. So where's my default folder? I can just copy any of these actually. So I can just copy Galaxy if I want any of these. I'll just rename it as, I guess this kind of looks like a cat. So Big Cat, since I have a Serum pack called Big Cat, so we'll just call it that for now. And I'll go ahead and copy this again, go into the 1X and just overwrite this folder. So I'm just going to go ahead and click replace. And I have a color map in here, which again is going to be for a different video because color mapping is a little bit more complicated. But color mapping is just the coloring of everything like the text and LFOs and envelopes and stuff like that. So I'm going to take that out for now. Let's go back into Ableton, because now we can just see what we've done. So all we have to do is go back to our menu button, go to rescan folders on disk, so it kind of refreshes Serum's folder. And now we can just go into skins and click on Big Cats. And now that's what it looks like. So I rushed this one, you guys know that, but it looks cool. I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. So we can still see that without the color map that was in that folder I duplicated from another skin, we have the kind of the original color mapping. So let's go back into our folder, and when you're in Serum, you can just go show Serum presets folder. So if you don't know how to find this folder, you can just always do it through Serum. Let's add this color map back into our Big Cats. So for color mapping, you don't have to create a folder or anything. You just drop it in. Really easy. I've saved myself like a blue color map, a white one, a red one. Actually, I want to show the blue one off. So let me go ahead and copy this, add it into here. I'll just overwrite this. And let's go back into Serum. Let's go to rescan folders on disk. And let's go to Big Cats again. So now you can see the color map is different. Now things are different. Gradients and colors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. You just have to tweak it a little bit, going back and forth, seeing what things are being blocked and stuff like that, making tweaks. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. Remember again, you can go on my website and download all the skins I have currently right now. And yeah, I'll be adding new skins to all my Serum packs and some of my older ones, and just kind of creating more of a theme, which is something I always like doing with my packs, my preset packs, is I like creating a theme. And now that I can customize everything about the look of Serum to go along with that, I'm really excited to release a lot of stuff for you guys, and free stuff as well. So I'll always be making free skins and free presets and all that stuff. So anyways, enough of me. This has been a super long video. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to check out the color mapping tutorial so you can see how I color, how I kind of tweak the color map. So that's more complicated. We'll get into that. So thanks guys for watching, and of course, lates.